Hello from South Wales. It's good to be back again, and I'm sitting here with a finger spinner. I expect many of you people have seen this. This was introduced to me by one of my grandchildren. I never even knew they existed, but apparently they're really rather crazy. And I'll tell you what, I would recommend these things to anybody with COPD. I find them so relaxing. You can spin them in many ways. Spin them in many ways, and you can just spin them on top of your finger. Or these really are amazing things. They're quite fascinating to watch them as they twirl, and I find them very, very fun. And you can put them on top of your thumb if you want to. I was challenged to put this on top of my nose, and I actually did. I didn't spin it very fast, but it's quite amazing. And yes, this was introduced to me by a younger member of my family, proving that the younger members of our family really can be oxygen to us. Because today we're not talking about the oxygen of the family, the young members. We're talking about the oxygen that actually keeps us alive. Supplementary oxygen, oxygen that can give us our life back. And if you've recently been prescribed oxygen, be pleased, be happy, because you're going to find a great improvement in your life. Supplementary oxygen, to me, it's given me back control of my life. I was given oxygen 5 years ago, and it's given me the freedom now to go almost anywhere. Okay, I do have to make precautions, as I'm going to show you through the video, but provided you take the correct precautions, provided you've always got your supply, provided you know what to do safely and correctly, you will be absolutely fine. It's helped me to keep moving safely on the go and to enjoy my life, a life that I otherwise would not be able to enjoy, because I would in effect be housebound. I would not be able to enjoy anything at all. When I'm sitting, I don't normally need oxygen if I'm relaxing, because mine is for mobility. If I'm sitting quietly at the computer, sitting quietly watching television, I don't normally need it. I've got it at the moment because I'm videoing, and I have equipment on the other side of the room, the screen over there. I have equipment this side of the room, and on the video I'm quite active up and down. But let's talk about oxygen, and because it's me on oxygen and I'm showing you how I cope with it to give you an idea how you may cope with it, you're going to get some pretty pictures of me on the go. Whether a shopping trip, lunch with family or friends, a day trip to a show or a meal, supplementary oxygen gives me the freedom that I would otherwise never have. I can go almost anywhere with supplementary oxygen, provided I take a few small precautions and know exactly what I should and shouldn't do. O2 is essential to life, and more than anything, O2, supplementary O2, is essential to us. Now, some people are embarrassed by going out with oxygen and feel they're being stared at by others. So they stay at home and they become housebound. Some go out without wearing a supplementary oxygen, which is not only dangerous but foolish and stupid thing to do, because the oxygen is actually keeping your heart healthy and the rest of your body. You are actually risking a heart attack if you are given oxygen for supplementary oxygen and you do not use it. I once caught a lady doing just that when I come out the shops, and I told her off for not using her oxygen. She sneaked in her car, and I see her go down, get the cannula, puffing heavily, and she must have got a bit of a surprise to see a man with a cannula knocking on the window to give her a telling off. There will always be a small percentage of people who stare at you. I get it, everybody gets it. And amazingly, it's normally the people that should know better, the older people, like me. The youngsters, I don't really take any notice at all. In fact, what I do is, if they say, "What's that on your nose?" I say, "That's my moustache." Get some laughing. Anyway, but remember, any adult that's staring at you is the type of person who would stare at anybody, whether you're blind or you're on crutches, you're in a wheelchair, maybe you're mentally disabled, or maybe you're disfigured in some way. They're the type of people that will stare at anybody, and they just are not worth getting upset and It's not worth them destroying your happiness, your well-being, and your life comes first. When I go out, believe me, it's me that matters, no one else matters. So if you're on oxygen, get out there and enjoy it. Don't stay at home like a hermit. If you've been prescribed supplementary oxygen by your doctor, it's because your oxygen saturations are low, and supplementary oxygen will be able to bring them back to normal so you can get out and lead as normal a life as possible. And that's important, because then you can get out and you can enjoy doing things such as you can see me doing on this picture here, where I'm on a cruise on the River Mersey up in Liverpool in northwest England. You really can take control of your own life. Some people, such as I, have no trouble going out of oxygen. Some dread it. But to help you get over your anxiety, first make sure you get used to wearing your new equipment. You can see here I've had mine for 5 years. I'm very relaxed. I can go out anywhere. I take my camera and I can actually enjoy life. When you're ready to go on your first outing after being given supplementary oxygen, start by taking small steps, baby steps. Just go out for very short times. That'll give you a chance to get to know your equipment and to realise there is nothing to fear with going out with it. If you do that, you'll be going out more and more and more and feeling less and less anxious. If you recently started to use supplementary oxygen, then congratulations, because you have been given the opportunity to take control of your life. And believe me, there is nothing better than being able to go out and enjoy your life. You'll be able to do everything better. You'll breathe better. You'll get a bit less out of breath. You will get out of breath, but you won't be so out of breath. And you'll be able to do so much more and enjoy time with the family. Since starting supplementary oxygen 5 years ago, it's given me the ability to enjoy life, to go on holidays, visit restaurants with the family. I visit shows, I take trips on small cruises. I love to shop. In fact, anywhere that I wish to go, the world is my oyster. There is nowhere that I don't think of not going to. Of course, I'm always careful. I always make sure I have enough tanks in me, spare parts like cannulas, should I need them. I arrange in advance an oxygen supply with my supplier to the place I'll be staying if I'm going on holiday or vacation, and I make sure I've got enough tanks in the car should I be away for a night or two. Always carry a spare one in the car as well should I run out. We have to be prepared for the unexpected, but as long as we do that, we can stay safe and we can be in control. By being in control, you're able to enjoy your life. You're able to go wherever you want to shops, restaurants, shows, on holiday, on vacation, such as the beautiful places such as you're looking here. This was taken on a cruise a few weeks ago on Lake Windermere up in Cumbria in the northwest of England. Enjoy life with your oxygen, because if you have been given it, you've been given a new life to enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed this short video on oxygen. I try to give my blogs from my personal point of view as to how I'm coping, because if you can see how I'm coping, this shows you that we can cope and that you too can also cope. Now, I do realise if you're on supplementary oxygen at getting out, sometimes 1 hour a day, a week longer, does take quite a bit of planning, because we have to make sure we have our tanks with us. But make sure you do it, because the rewards are absolutely immense and you really can have your life back. And as you've seen, you can go almost anywhere with a bit of planning and knowing how to do it. Having oxygen has allowed me to do almost everything. It's allowed me to pursue my hobby, photography, and I'm going to be talking about hobbies in the near future. Now, anybody that's been given oxygen and you're feeling a bit low, remember this, that I was talking to a young guy not too long ago. He was telling me about his grandfather. His grandfather had emphysema, same as me. It got bad. He was given oxygen. Them days, oxygen was just a big bottle by your bed. There was no concentrators, no light liquid oxygen tanks, no small tanks like I've got. There was nothing at all except by his bed. So he was literally stuck by his bed. He couldn't move. For 8 years, the man was bedbound. Can you imagine? And then after 8 years, he died. That's a long time to be on oxygen tied to your bed, isn't it? I've been on it for 5 years. I've got light tanks, and because I'm active, I will live a lot longer than that man did. He probably died because he was inactive. So get out there and don't do things dangerous. Make sure that you go out with your oxygen, because if you don't go out with your oxygen, it can be very people that have been given oxygen and not used it, which to me seems absolutely crazy, because oxygen actually keeps you living for longer and saves your life and gives you your life back. Anyway, whatever you're doing, breathe easy and have a good day. Till next time, bye bye. Well, that's the end for now, and I've got my spinner ready, but before I go, please don't forget to subscribe. That way you won't miss any more of my future video blogs. The next one I'm going to be talking about hobbies and the importance of hobbies with COPD, and in my case about my photography, how I managed to do it and things like that. So with a spin, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.